What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Golden Dice. Actually. This is our first dedicated spoiler review. So we definitely want your feedback on this. We have separated our podcast and our spoiler review. We didn't love going 2 hours, so we're going to separate it, and about each should probably be like an hour to 45 minutes, but kind of breaks it up for you, and also you can kind of look exactly for what you want. So let us know in the comments what you liked, if you didn't like it, if you liked it. So far, we've heard positive things, but if it is a negative thing for you, we do want to hear that as well. But with me, I'm Jack. I don't know if I said that. I'm your host, and with me I got my usual suspects, and Brian and Flock. Cheers, gentlemen. We're all ready to go.
It's a weekend podcast.
It's a weekend podcast. Imagine having work on Sunday.
Oh, boy.
But you have work on Sunday.
Yes. Very good. But all right, we're not really going to do our normal introductions. We're pretty much just going to jump right into the spoilers if you guys are good. I'll take the first one, and then we'll go from there. First one up, Jabba the Hutt. Cunning Daimyo. Right, that's how you say it, right? Daimyo? Daimyo, brother.
Daimyo.
He is a 4-cost ground unit. Villain Cunning, villain yellow. And he has 2 attack, 8 health. He has the Underworld and the Hutt traits, and he reads, each trick event you play costs 1 less. When played, search the top 8 cards of your deck for a trick event, reveal it, and draw it. Put the other cards on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So tricks are Shoot First, Waylay, Asteroid Sanctuary, and Bamboozle are the 4 cards that we have right now for him. My initial thoughts is that I think he's really good. He can definitely get replaced, but there's like nothing in yellow villain 4-cost. So for that matter, he's the 3 of in the decks, in my opinion. But I like it. I mean, I think you just run. Brian and I were just talking about this because you were making a Thrawn deck before this.
Yes.
As we're going on late night tonight. I was like, honestly, just run Waylay and just run Shoot First. I wouldn't include Asteroid Sanctuary. If you were mono Thrawn, I might include Bamboozle, but you're not. You're running green.
Yeah, I think that Thrawn just has some issues, and I wanted to branch out to green, but yeah, that art is what I look like at the end of the night. So.
Flock bib.
Yeah. Oh, Flock is Salacious Crumb there.
Salacious
Crumb.
Salacious B Crumb.
Yeah. Jack is bib telling me what to do tonight in late night.
Yeah.
Flock is just a little goblin thing down there. Anyway, yeah, he's cool. He's a big boy, big body, and if you
cyborg.
if you build him up, he could be cool. I watched Jack absolutely whiff on the 8 card trick thing, and made me laugh. But it's a good amount to search for. So I mean, he's fine for now. Like you said, I think he gets pushed out a little bit, but fills a slot for now.
Yep, agreed. I like him. Seems like, I mean, but if I played him, I obviously will probably get the trick.
You would have like multiple choices.
Yeah,
you see both the Shoot First and a Waylay, and be like, which one do I want?
Somehow he draws 8 cards and pulls 9 tricks. I don't know. It's weird.
So like, yeah, I drop that and get exactly what I want. But I like that he's a 2/8, really really beefy. So you want to deal with him, but at the same time you kind of feel like you don't because it's only 2 damage for a 4-cost. So sometimes I feel like he could get, stuck away with not attacking him, and then it takes a lot to kill him. So multiple for a 4-drop with 8 health, I think is really, really good. It takes a lot to get him off the board.
And also, like, the fact that he stays so long makes your tricks even more potent.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, he's got a lot going for him. In my opinion, he's pretty good.
I love that mug, Flock. The fact you have an entire pitcher.
Well, I mean, so I poured my glass, and then I poured the pitcher. And then you guys mentioned just drink out of the pitcher. I was like, you know what? Why pour it from the pitcher into the glass when the glass is when the pitcher's right next to me, pull the beer? So yeah, I
say
cut out the middleman.
Because of course, as I start drinking more, I'll spill.
Democratic vote, Philadelphia.
I might spill some beer trying to pour it into my glass. So now I can't spill it. Makes it maybe down my shirt.
And we're really excited for what this means for the last few spoilers we get into.
This video is going to get more and more unhinged as we go.
But yeah, I mean, I like it. The 2/8. Shout out to Saga and Bobby Sapphire as well. They just had a podcast. Gosh, I'm trying to look up his name because I just want to say it's Hyperloops, but it's not. It's like FTOD. and I forget what it stands for. But Saga just had an interview with Bobby, and one of his important points was that not only does his body stick around, like he's chipping away at something. Because like Brian said too, like you don't really want to like attack into him because you're like not going to kill him. But then that means there's a good chance you're going to attack into like a leader twice, right? If he's coming down at 4, he's probably not gone by when the leader comes out at 5 or even 6. So there's a good chance he can chip away, and I really like that. I think he's replaceable. You know, like I said, if they come out with like a more aggro, like type thing or something with like higher attack, and that's what you want in the 4 slot, definitely viable. But yeah, 2/8 is a beefy boy.
Yep.
All right, Brian, you want to take the next one?
Sure. Protector is a 1-cost upgrade, double vigilance. Attached unit against Sentinel, and it's a +1/+1 Protector innate. Yeah, it's cool. It definitely feels worse than the other double aspects we have as in the cunning, especially. But I mean, I'm sure it serves a purpose. Double blue, in my experience, has felt pretty rough.
You've only done villain though. You gotta
Yeah.
try the hero.
I think I've done double blue Chewy before. And
You
it
got to
didn't
do
really
the good
feel-
blue hero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. The double. I don't know. It's fine. Yes.
I see this going in like if you have a mono blue deck, this is a sideboard. If you're going against aggro, it's an easy 1-drop into something that you can get them to attack the Sentinel and not the base. So it's a sideboard for when you're playing against Sabine. I'm gonna guess Sabine or Leia.
Yeah, we'll see as we get to Chirrut in a bit why it's going to be good with him, and then the other stuff is like when defeated. You know, like if you slap this on Yoda and he's a 3/5 Sentinel that restores 2 and draws a card when he dies. Like obviously all the value you can see is right there. But I don't think it's the worst double aspect we've seen. I think attack pattern delta.
Attack Pattern Delta is definitely the worst.
I think rallying cry might be the worst actually.
Yeah.
But we'll get to my issues with rallying cry in a minute. But yeah, like it's fine. I think like most double blue will probably run it just because like why not? At least in sideboard, like Flock said.
Yeah.
As soon as we saw this card, I knew who the leader was gonna be.
Yeah.
All right, Flock, you want to take the next one?
Sure. So we have Frontline Shuttle. It's a unit in space, a 2-cost green. It's a 1/3 vehicle transport. Action: defeat this unit. Attack with a unit. Even if it's exhausted, it can't attack bases for this attack. Not a fan, personally. Too many words, too much to do and think about for me. So I just don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, we were discussing this one before you got on. I think it has some interesting applications, and I was debating putting it in my green Thrawn deck because if I attack with Thrawn the first time and exhaust something, and then I do this and exhaust again, that feels pretty good. Like things have to have like an on attack or on defeated or whatever.
Overwhelm was really good with this as well.
Yes, yeah. So I think it has applications, but they're specific and they're intentional. So
yeah, it's a little combo-y, and so sometimes those things can be like hard to evaluate right at the rip of them. I haven't had the urge to put it in any of my decks yet. Like I'm running, like I'm trying to think some of the green decks I'm running is like Boba, is Luke, Hera, Cassian. Cassian seems like the worst because you can't trigger his thing more than once per turn.
Cassian
the
is
card
the
draw.
worst.
But
Straight up, dude.
some of the other ones, like, you know, Luke is probably one of the better value ones of giving a shield out. Hera, I don't know if the experience you really care about. Han is probably going to be a really, really good one with this. Boba would be good as well. The issue becomes, like, does it make it in the 50? And, I mean, with 3 health, your opponent actually has to, like, likely commit 2 attacks to it. And the nice part is that there's no exhaust requirement on this.
Yep.
So you can literally play it and then defeat it, and then, you know, you get to attack with whoever.
A lot of versatility in this card. I saw it closed out a Garbage Rollers game this week at some point with, just the... I think it was Han Green, actually.
Probably. I mean,
not
attacking
really
with
sure.
Han and then any of the, like,
Yeah.
One or even just Han Solo the unit as well, right? That thing can just clear off a board if you get to attack with it
Yeah.
twice. Yeah.
So, I think it's good. But like you said, I don't know if it makes the cut as a 3 of at least.
Yeah.
Specific applications.
Specific.
Back to you.
Oh, it is back to me. Look at that. All right, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to Wolffe. He is a ground unit, 2 cost, just aggression. He is a suspicious veteran. 3 attack, 2 health. He is a fringe clone traits. And then he has Saboteur, and he has a when played / on attack. Bases can't be healed for this phase. That applies to your opponent, and that applies to you. It doesn't just say your opponent's base can't be healed. So if you have restored units or things that you want to heal your base with, do it before you play him or attack with him. I think he's really good. He's held back, right? You almost want to put him in like the Sabine and Leia decks, but he's not a rebel. So he doesn't synergize well with a lot of those things. But, I mean, a 2-drop 3/2 has been pretty good. And then, if you're an aggro deck and you're worried about them healing because, like, blue decks heal a lot, you just play him on those turns when Krennic comes out or, whoever else heals, I guess. If you're worried about Redemption about to get played, things like that. He seems fine. Like, I don't know. He struggles for the spot. Like I said, I feel like the no rebel trait really holds him back, but I do really like Wolffe, and I have him in my Luke Red deck right now.
I've been thinking a lot about pre-releases coming up and sealed and draft and such, and like I would take him so fast. I feel like he'd be really good. Like just as an opening unit, like
3/2 Saboteur is just really like
it's solid.
He trades into literally every unit because the only things he like wouldn't trade to are the shielded units that he would remove them from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's good.
And
I take him.
Set 3, he should be one of the first characters you look back on. As we get some of the clones and stuff like the prequel era, Clone Wars era. Definitely will look back and reevaluate him as well if we get some more synergy with clones.
I can't wait for that.
Yes.
Clone Army,
I
baby.
love the prequels.
Yeah.
Sue me.
Agreed.
Sue
I
me,
mean, but I
bold
think
boy.
like everybody our generation does. I don't know many people our age who like hate the prequels. I think there's some people like, yeah, they're kind of bad movies, but I love them anyways because I grew up.
Oh yeah, no,
But,
they're
Yeah,
they're just
like
fun.
the Clone Wars was the first. That series of movies was the first ones I saw, and then I went back and watched the original. So that's why I like him. It was the first time I saw.
That's why you have Jar Jar in your back seat.
Dude, that's why I love Jar Jar. My license plate Jar Jar. Jar Jar's my back seat.
That's fine.
I actually even. This is off topic. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right. Any other thoughts on Wolffe?
No.
Cool.
No,
He's good.
He's
I
good.
dig him.
Although I didn't read when I first played him the first time.
Oh, I know.
Jack
That's why I
reminded
told
me.
you.
He was like, and you were basically like, oh, okay, cool.
You had, like,
because I'm pretty
Yoda
sure
or,
I
like,
had
Luke
a
on the
Yoda
board or
on.
something,
They're like,
yeah.
make sure you tackle Yoda first. I was like, smart.
Yeah.
Anytime it doesn't explicitly say your base, Flockton always goes,
I know.
"This is good," and then plays it and goes,
Because like
"This is
sometimes
bad."
well, because sometimes I think like cards are not meant to not meant to hurt me. So when I play a card, I'm thinking it's only against them. So
So we meant to hurt you.
yeah.
Take it away, bro.
Power of the Dark Side. 3-cost event. Vigilance, Villainy. An opponent chooses a unit they control, defeat that unit. This card's sick.
Yep.
I
Love it.
dig it a lot. I dig it a ton. I think this is really clutch, especially late game. If you can kind of clear their board and pick and choose and hone in on what they're forced to defeat. I mean, cash money.
Yep.
Cash money, dude. Great card. Great art, too.
I like the
Yeah.
art.
Oh, yeah. The art's fantastic.
Yeah. I gotta say, we don't like touch on the art as much as we did in the beginning of the spoiler cycle so much, but like
Because I feel like we settled
Really-
on loving like there's not many
they're
that come out.
knocking
and,
it
like,
out of
this
the
sucks.
park.
Like I
I
love.
mean,
all
there
these.
hasn't been one since like the goofy leaders that I've been like, ew, gross.
Yeah, it was like Han. I think it
Yeah,
was like
Han
the
and
last time
Chewie.
we were really like, but since then, and
Chewie's
Han's also grown
me.
on me.
Han's
I don't
grown on
even-
me. Yeah,
Yeah,
they've all grown on me. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Props
I
to
mean,
the artist.
this card I think is nuts. I've been playing like Krennic Red a lot recently, and just like trading a unit or two, force choking another one, and then like Power of the Dark Side with their leader comes out. Like you can really just put people in a chokehold of oh, I want to deploy my leader, but I'm playing against blue villain and they have 3 resources up and I have no unit. So you almost like have to play like a low cost, a 1-drop, a 2-drop before you bring out your leader just to make sure that you don't get Power of the Dark Side on your leader.
It's incredible value.
Yes.
Incredible value. So
Yes.
I'm high on this card.
Please think about when you deploy your leader. That's my only advice for you.
Yeah, at first there wasn't really much thought about that, and now it's like if you're playing blue, against a blue villain, you have to really think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because like lower end, it was like, yeah, think about it, because like Sabine could get Force Choke or Takedown was the one, but like you could generally always deploy like Krennic, Thrawn, Boba, Luke, Vader, like all of them just out, right? Generally, and not have to worry about it. But now if you do that, then they could die. This single-handedly made me want to play blue villain, like play Krennic more. I still haven't touched Iden. Not as interested in Iden, but Krennic I've been
Good.
Dude, that's it.
Dude.
Dude.
There's no defense.
My sources trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. All right. Flock, you got the next one?
Iden doesn't interest me at all.
All right. So we got Chopper, a unit in the ground, a 1-cost yellow good guys, a 1/3 rebel droid Spectre. While you control another Spectre unit, this unit gains raid 1. On attack, discard a card from the defending player's deck. If it's an event, exhaust a resource that player controls. I like that. I love that we're getting to like exhausting other people's resources. So I think it's really, 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 really good.
He's
1-drop,
a menace.
1/3.
Yellow
With raid 1 if you're another Spectre.
is so annoying, man.
Y'all.
Yellow is the FU color,
Yeah.
like for sure, and it's so good. This card is really good. I really like Chopper.
Yo,
Better or worse than the Chopper from Destiny?
Worse.
A lot.
The Chopper in Destiny was absurd.
Yeah.
Maybe more so he was carried by the like R2 droid and 3PO droids day out, faithful companion stuff or whatever it was. But I don't know. I would absolutely love him if it was Spectre, leader or unit. The fact it's a unit just it makes it weird at times. Like he feels kind of unplayable outside of Hera, or like you don't love it as much. I don't know. Like if you're in red with like red yellow, like you could play Sabine or Ezra. Like your chances of playing a turn 2 Spectre card to give him the raid 1 is pretty nice, but I don't know. Thinking like what are the other 1/3s that I play? Mon Mothma?
Yep.
And she's like the only like we dunked on the ISB agent. And I do think he is worse than Chopper, but it's just like 1/3 can be rough, and the raid 1 can kind of be hard to like have consistently depending on the deck that you have. Like if you're in blue, like you can't until you play Kanan. Well, I mean you have Ezra, but like if you whiff on Ezra, you know you might not have it till you get Kanan. Whereas red, you get at least 6 cards in your deck you could play turn 2.
This is the only other 1/3 besides this big.
I don't know. I still kind of like, even if you don't have the raid 1 with the Spectre, I still think it's a pretty good 1-drop, 1/3. And then as long as you can attack the base and get them to discard, even if you don't even get them to discard an event, if you get them to discard like a really good unit that they want, like it was like a Palpatine, something big, swinging Han, could be very good early on. So it's just an added bonus to exhaust with the event, but like I still think it's good to discard a card early, especially early on.
My issue is that it just doesn't trade with anything. So you're going to like lose out. Like if I play like Wolffe we just talked about, if I play Wolffe turn 1 and you play Chopper turn 1, even if you go first and do 1 to base and like discard a good unit from my deck, I then just kill you and now I have a board and I have something. So I do think the effect's pretty good, and I'm going to try him in multiple decks that aren't Spectre to continue to see how he feels, but that's just my issue is not being able to trade up into something.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
But who did that one? Flock, you did that one?
Yep.
Oh boy, I get this card. We got Rallying Cry. It's in a 3-cost event, a tactic. It is double aggression. It says each friendly unit gains raid 2 this phase. They get +2 while attacking. I think this is rough. I think the fact that it's not like an aura that stays out there, and then so if you deployed your leader into it, your leader would get raid 2, or if you played this and then played like an ambush unit, that ambush unit would get raid 2. Only the units on the board when you play this get raid 2. And the issue too is like, Brian, you play this, if I have units on the board, I'm like, all right, I'm immediately going to attack your units because they're about to swing for 2 extra, right? Like,
it's a big tell.
Yeah.
It's expensive. It's a big tell. You need to have an established board. There's too many ifs.
Yeah.
No, there's too many if thens. You know, like there's a lot of ways to circumvent. So I mean, playing it feels bad. Having it even in a mono red like feels bad. Like most of the other double aspects, like, all right, I can even see where attack pattern delta is. I mean, I can't.
But like it's close. Probably live to attack potentially. Right?
Yeah. I mean, and it might get you somewhere. Like if your opponent is claimed and you have free will, where you want. Even in this instance, your opponent is not going to claim when you've got 3 resources left. You've got a full board that hasn't attacked yet. Like
full beard.
There's no full beard. There's no world in where this isn't a tell, right? Like it's too telegraphed.
Yeah, so it's not a tell. Like I see this perfectly in an IG-88 deck when you have more units than they do. Hopefully you have a lot, and then you want to play this, and everyone gets raid 2. But I mean, it's not going to happen because IG.
If there's one player in the world playing IG, it's Tyler.
Yes.
If there's no one playing, Tyler's
I'd
gone.
play him, and I'll play mono red IG with this card. And when I have 5 units on the board, I'm spanking your face with raid 3.
When does that ever happen?
If you have 5 units on the board, you're probably winning anyways.
Yeah, and then I'll shove it in your face. And other than IG-88, no, I don't care.
And no one's playing IG-88, man.
But even like Sabine, aggro, swarm, playing low stuff on the ground, like, I don't know. Even like Cassian, drawing a bunch of stuff, trying to play. Like, if you're trying to go aggro, like, I don't know.
I feel like it's only good. It's only good at 3. It's only useful at 3. I would never pay 5 for this ever.
I don't even want to pay 3.
It's not useful at 3. It's not. Yeah. I honestly like.
What if it's free? If it's free, would you?
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's a whole different conversation. There's low risk.
So it's not that bad.
No, it's very bad.
I don't even think Metal Ceremony is that good, but I play that for free, you know?
I don't think he understands us, man.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets us.
I just want IG to win. That's all. I want some love for IG.
That card won't get you there. Maybe
IG
this next one.
Either.
Brian?
Occupier Siege Tank is a ground unit for 5, single aggression, 5/4 Imperial vehicle tank. Yeah. There are much better 5 drops that I could. This feels like 4 health with grit, like for 5. Dog.
Yeah, I like grit.
I don't think it's there.
I don't know if I care though on this.
No.
It only has 4 health for grit, so the max you're getting is +3, like the max.
So Mr. Swinging 4 is 8,
but then it's probably dead.
Yeah. How many times are you gonna hit it for 1?
Yeah.
0 times. It'll be dead before you can utilize the.
It does have the Imperial trait. You could play it with Krennic. Tank is not relevant. Vehicle's not relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a decent draft card. I think this is like a pretty decent 5-drop in draft. But constructed, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Nah. Stinky.
You.
All right, Flock, you got the next one?
I'll try. So the next one we have Karabast. It's an event, 2 cost, red, good guys. A friendly unit deals damage to an enemy unit equal to the amount of damage on the friendly unit +1. I like it. 2
also
cost.
Spectre. Spectre's huge.
Spectre as well.
And Spectre. It's got Spectre keyword
bring
too.
it.
Yep. I like it.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like Hero's lacking some of the good damage there that villain has, especially at the low cost. So, because villain has what's the other 2 cost that I'm thinking of? The villain 2 cost.
What's it do?
It does 5 damage.
Force choke?
Makes force choke. Yes. Sorry, drawing a blank. Force choke. So this is like a good one for the hero. I like.
Oh my god. Your number one card in the
Wasn't that
game.
your number
you
one?
forget
on
it
the
already?
podcast? Yeah.
Oh my
Was it
god,
force
bro.
throw? No,
Yeah.
that was force throw. That was force throw.
No, it was force choke.
No, it's force.
No, it was
choke.
force throw. It was force throw. Go back, look, wind it up.
It's
Replay.
not.
force
I'll
choke.
throw the
It's
red
force
flag.
choke.
It was force throw.
I could literally bring up the Google Doc right now.
It was force throw. Well, I heard force throw when you said force choke.
Okay, see, those are two different things. What it was and what you heard are very
Because
different.
I thought I heard force throw and I was like, yeah, force
Off
throw
is never
wrong.
wrong.
That's the best.
Never ever wrong, except always.
Wrong.
But this is situational removal. It's kind of rough. Like, think about how long units sit on the board with damage on them. I feel like it's not very often. People are dying left and right. So it's a little weird. With the leader we're about to see, and then even with, like Chewbacca, I think this could be pretty good. But outside of it, like, you might want to run it in Herod because there's no green removal anyways. Like, it's just like command and strike true. So you probably run Karabast just to have removal. And there's, like, Zeb's a 5 health. Like, he might get an opportunity to do that. Hera's 6 health. She might have an opportunity to do that. It's a cheap removal, but you're not going to get to play it early.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of leaders can have a lot of damage on them too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah, it's situational. I don't think it's absolutely terrible, but I'm not, like, getting hype about it.
I threw it in my deck tonight.
For Chewie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems worth.
I mean, for Chewie, he's going to be up there, so hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, and you have some, like, decently health lower cost units too, and then, like, you have redemption, like, end game stuff, like, right?
Yeah.
I think you got some options in there.
Yeah, I mean, Karabast on Redemption is going to be nasty.
Yeah, I mean,
Nasty.
you have to wait till the next turn to do it, and hope. So you have to wait a while to actually get it off. But yeah,
Yeah. But it's good. Again, one of the specific application kind of things. So
yeah. All right, up next, this is me, right? Alliance Dispatcher, a 1-cost ground unit, heroism command. He has 1 attack, 2 health. He's a rebel. He has action, exhaust this unit, play a unit from your hand. It costs 1 less. This week in the main Discord has been very, very spicy. If you read the main Discord, pretty much every card for the last 2 weeks has been terrible. I think this card is actually pretty good. I see its pitfall of, like, you play this turn 1, your opponent kills it turn 2, and you never get to use it. But in stuff like Luke and in stuff like Han, I think this could be really, really good. And even in Chewbacca, it could be interesting because, like, you could play it early, try to get some, like, bigger units. But the issue with Chewbacca is that you can't use Chewbacca's ability and this guy. So it's one or the other. But also, like, late game, if you drop this guy and give him Sentinel, and they now have to kill this dumb 1-drop, like, there's some option there. But, like, Luke playing this turn 1, shielding it, I think it's going to be a really, really good play, turn 1.
Yep.
This
I like
card,
this one a lot.
yeah, this card
Yep.
makes me miss auras like It Binds All Things from Destiny.
Oh, yeah. That was, like, pay
Yep.
1 less for a blue upgrade, right? Exhausted.
Yeah, yeah. This is what it reminded me of when I read it for the first time. But I think this also has some good legs. I'm not a hero player, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
If I were to play hero, I would like this.
Yeah, like
One drop.
I see the downsides, but I think there's going to be some decks where it's terrible in, but I think there's going to be some decks where it's really, really good in. And I've
I like
included
it more than Ozzel.
in a...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Ozzel's a little different, because sometimes Ozzel brings up, like, weird sequencing, where this guy, you just, like... You play him turn 1, turn 2, you can play a 4-drop, like, first action.
Mhm.
There's no need to worry about them readying people or... whatever. What was that? Oh, I also added him into my Cassian deck that I've really been enjoying, my green Cassian, because what he could let me do is that I could play above curve, right? I could always play a 4-drop when I only have 3 resources, but I could also play a 3-drop, hang the extra 1 resource, do 3 damage to base, and use that extra resource to draw a card. So that's where I'm looking. Cassian Green and Luke Green are currently where I haven't touched Han in a while. I do need to revisit him. It's almost sad that I haven't played Han in a while. But you could do some insane things with Han and adding a resource to hand. Or adding a card from your hand to your resources, deploying Han, attacking with Han, playing a unit with this. Like, you could play home 1. Is that turn 4? If you resupply before. If you're at...
Yeah.
What's he come out now? Well, yeah, even turn 4, if he's on the board, you put a resource, you're at now 6 resources.
Yes.
You attack with Han. You're now at 7. Then you exhaust this guy and play home 1. Your opponent is going to be very silly if they leave this guy out, right? I mean, that's pretty much what this guy is. He has a big old target. He essentially has Sentinel
Yep.
on him. But
Well,
that's
like-
way I think he's good in Luke, because of shield.
I don't even see some of the downsides because like if you're going first before you even draw, so if you want to if you're going second, you're not gonna want to play this card because it's gonna obviously get killed as soon as the other person takes the initiative. You know what I mean?
Most
So-
XCA, yeah.
So I don't you play around it. Like if you have the initiative to begin with, you play it, claim, and then make sure that you go in next turn and you get to use it at least. So I don't really see the situation where you would have the second action and then you play it and then they have the initiative and they kill it right away. That shouldn't happen. But
Yes, but then
Yeah.
the issue becomes is like if that's your only 1-drop or your only turn 1 play in hand, then you don't play anything. And then you miss your turn 1, and then don't do anything turn 2 really either. So there's like some weird things, some weird lines with that.
I still probably just play it so they at least attack it and take the 1 damage and not the base. So I probably still play it if it's your only action. I wouldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, maybe. And then if they don't, they
You heard it here first. Major flock plays, dude.
somebody I forget what Discord it was, but somebody said they played him turn 1 and their opponent like ECL'd something in to kill it turn 1. And I was like, if you use my ECL or if you use your ECL turn 1, I think I'm going to be content with that. I think Mike even mentioned that on Saga too.
Yep.
I think he spoke that into existence.
Is
But
is the Alliance Dispatcher really worth 5 HP? It's like for that.
I mean, if you ECL a super laser tech into it, I could see that being.
But you can't do that till turn 2 anyway. So
yeah. If you take the
yeah, that's turn 2.
I'm saying if you take it out,
Yeah,
if the damage isn't already done,
I do a turn 2 with the Dispatcher or the Super Laser Technician for sure. Turn 2, I do that.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
turn 1 ECL. No.
That's not what I said.
You're wrong.
Anyway,
Cool.
okay.
Brian, you got the next one.
Regional Sympathizers. It's a 4-cost ground unit, heroism only. 3/4 rebel, restore 2. I honestly don't know what to think of this one. It's just whatever. Yeah, doesn't do
Draft
much.
card. Rebel trade keeps it
Yeah.
alive, but you could just if you're playing blue, in what world do you not just play Kanan over this?
Yeah.
Kanan has 1 more attack, 1 more health. Yes, he has technically could hit for only 1 restore, but you're also discarding. Like I feel like I'd rather take a discard and restore 1 with the chance of restore 2 than whatever this was. Unless your opponent's like Flock and they play aspectless cards, then you could actually heal for nothing. There's the counter to Caden, right there, Flock.
Oh, there's a counter. Let's go.
Flock will be the first person to play an aspectless deck, I feel.
Bro's so
whenever
high
that
on
happens.
Confiscate too, dude. I tell
Challenge
you right now.
accepted.
Challenge. Yeah. It seems like a fine draft card. Dude, I'm almost like upset that this card is like kind of bad because the art is sick.
Yeah.
The thing's like fully vertical and the guy's still like leaning out the top, shooting backwards. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's probably fine in draft. If you're like a deck that really, really needs restore potentially in some matchups and you're not in blue, then maybe you sideboard it. But even then, like, I don't know. I don't know if I would go that far even, but yeah. Any
Yep.
other thoughts?
Nah, I just wish it was better.
Yeah. Flock, you got the next one.
Are we skipping the next one? We're going to the next one. Next
Yeah.
one.
Do you listen?
So reinforcement walker unit on the ground, 8 cost green, 6/9 vehicle walker.
Nice.
When played on attack, look at the top card of your deck. Either draw that card or discard it and heal 3 damage from your base. I kind of like this. I like this a lot. Most cards with the when played and on attack, I generally want to look at and take a closer look at. So the fact that you can look at the top card of your deck on attack as well, and then either draw or heal is great.
Yeah, people were asking this question in the Discord, so I do just want to clarify. The options are you draw the card or do you discard it and heal 3. So it's not like you draw or discard and then also get to heal 3. It's either you draw it, you keep the card, or you discard it and then heal 3.
Yep. Even I got
you
that.
said that right, Flock. You did.
Even
You
I
did.
understood
You
it.
did.
So if I understood it, there should be no questions.
Absolutely. I like it in the sense that like if you're a green ramp deck, there's really nothing in the 8 slot necessarily, especially in like mono green. Like there's the Blizzard ATST or ATAT in that slot, and that I think is kind of poopy. So I would legit rather run this than I would the other one because, like Fox said, like on played you can immediately heal 3, right? If you need to stabilize a little bit, I think the fact that this comes down, and I think the Blizzard is an 8/8. I think it's 8/8/8.
Yeah.
And so this has lower attack but 1 more health. I think I'm content with the when played non attack. And it's no, it's not Imperial. It's just a vehicle and a walker.
Yeah, but the great thing I like
That's
about
upset,
it is
that's
that with its damage or with its health, the 9 health, and the on attack ability, it makes you want to attack it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it makes you need to kill this, or every round it's 3/3/3 potentially. So
I would pair this with the Frontline Shuttle, any day.
Yeah.
This is a good match for that.
I have slotted it into my mono green Krennic deck. That is the one place I have it right now.
Mono green Krennic. That's illegal.
Mono green Tarkin.
I was gonna say,
look, all these old
what?
white dudes in suits. It looks like the Senate to me. All right, man. I
Krennic,
can't keep them.
Krennic has drip. You can't deny Krennic's drip,
Fair.
dude.
I'll allow it.
He's so drippy. Orson's got swag.
It's like I'm looking at Washington D.C., dude. I can't tell the difference between all these dudes. But yeah, so I have him in that, and it's funny because I actually first built that deck as like an aggro deck, but now that like I have ECL, Super Laser Tech, and Command, I actually I'm shooting up there a little bit with my curve. I think the Walker's my highest, but I have like I forget what 6 is, but at 7 I've got Vader, and at 8 I've got the Walker here. So I'm interested to play. I don't think it's terrible. It doesn't go in every necessarily like green villain or green deck because it's neutral, but yeah.
Yeah,
It's used.
I agree.
I'm next, right?
Yep.
Don't get cocky. 4-cost event. Cunning is the only aspect on it. It's a gambit. It says choose a unit. 1 at a time, reveal cards from your deck until you choose to stop or have revealed 7 cards. If the combined cost of the revealed cards is 7 or less, deal that much damage to the chosen unit. Put the revealed cards on the bottom of your deck in a random order. Good thing Flock didn't get that. We got close. That would have been scary.
That's too much. That's too much to read. For me, even too.
Realistically, the best scenario with this card right now is like For a Cause, where you know what the top 4 cards are, but the average is probably like you're paying 4 to deal anywhere from like 3 to 5, or like 4 to 5. Because if you're at 5 and you don't know what the next card is, unless you have like an entire deck of 2 costs, you're likely going over. So you're right. If you're at 8, you don't deal any damage. So that's the thing of you don't want to reveal too much of that. Because if the combined cost is 7 or less, then you deal the damage. So if it's 8 or more, you don't. So don't get cocky.
I do this because I want to play blackjack when I'm playing Star Wars Unlimited. Personally, I'll hit.
Sir, you're at 20. Hit
me.
I'll stay.
Yeah, it seems like a really fun card to play with. Just seems a little weird because I don't think there's a lot of like deck stacking yet. Thrawn is like decent, right? If you could play this and just know you have a 7 cost on top, and it's like, boom, there you go. But yeah, a little too risky for me for how expensive it is.
Yeah, if you know exactly what's coming, it's great because you can get up to 7 damage. So for 4 to 7 damage is pretty good, especially if you know what's going on. But yeah, it would suck. So question: so if you were like at like 5 or 4 and you got like a 6 drop and it was like way over 7, you don't do any damage basically, right?
Correct.
And you spend 4 to literally do no damage.
Correct.
So that's the huge risk, and I don't risk in a card game generally is not the best.
Could go in a Thrawn deck.
Is there an echo chamber in here? Hello?
Could go in a Thrawn deck.
Hello?
Yo, would this go good in Thrawn?
Okay, guys, this could be good in 2 places. For a Cause and Thrawn. Hey, like 5 minutes later, this could be pretty good in Thrawn.
Could be good in a Thrawn deck.
And also Flock then asking the question of, wait, if this goes above 7,
Could go good in a Thrawn deck.
someone help. Someone please save me. Save.
Confiscate.
All right, yeah. On to the next one. Who's got?
That's just
Brian,
joking.
you got this, right?
I got it. Yeah,
We should give
Confiscate
this
is
to
a.
Flock.
Yeah, we should have skipped this one around. Confiscate. It's a 1-drop and defeat an upgrade. Aspect.
Law.
Trafalgar Law. That's a flock deck.
So I actually, if you're not running red, this is like a fine sideboard if the meta is like super upgrade heavy. Because outside of red, there's like no. If I'm red, I'm just gonna run Fang Fighter instead of this, right? But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a very good card. It's a very, very situational and meta dependent. I don't think it really comes in, but yeah, I don't know.
I think it's very good in draft, and it could be a sideboard and something like, something you can use like turn 1 if Luke's dropping a 1-drop with the thing and you only have a 1-drop unit. I'll spend the extra resource, get rid of the shield, kind of thing. But also, it could be very good just to have to get rid of those big upgrades, like Jack said, if there was a lot of like upgrade heavy stuff.
If I draw more than 7,
if I draw more
do I do any damage?
You do none.
Okay,
cocky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even in draft. It's kind of weird because it's like how consistently are draft cards or decks gonna have like upgrades? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah. It's an aspectless card, right? I hope they're not. I don't want a holdout blaster type thing, right? I don't want a vibro knife. I want something like this where it's very, very situational and likely not cut enough. But yeah, you can include it into your draft deck to help fill out the.
I think
30.
it's good in draft. Yep, good in draft.
All right. Flock, are you ready?
I'm not saying it.
You got to read 2 sides.
There's 2 sides. Oh, it's a leader. That's right. All right, I'll give it a shot. So what am I doing? I'll do.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Everyone clicked off the video right now.
All right, so we got the new leader. Chirrut Imwe. Is that how you say it? Imwe. We have he's a blue good guys. Action, give a unit +0/+2 for this phase. Deploys on 5 resources. 1 deployed. Chirrut Imwe, ground unit, 5 cost, blue good guys. A 3/5 force rebel. During the action phase, this unit isn't defeated by having no remaining
just gonna pee
HP.
myself right now.
During the regroup phase, if he has no remaining HP, defeat him. I got through it. You're welcome.
You didn't get through it.
I'm
wee.
Oh my gosh!
I
yeah,
see.
Chirrut Imwe is standing right next to General Sagi.
Who watches us? What?
Oh my gosh! Ooh.
He takes a drink from the pitcher.
It's almost
Imwe.
empty.
Oh
Did you even
my
read the
goodness.
second side? I couldn't even. I wasn't
think
paying
you did.
attention.
Yeah,
I
I
heard the
did.
defeated
But
thing.
yeah, the defeat thing.
Oh.
I had a bunch of questions on this card.
Defeat thing.
So
I love
I-
Cheap Charupa.
I do like him a lot. A lot. Very good. Makes me want to play Hero a little bit more. I was only playing Luke really because like Luke's kind of Luke and it's a good deck. This is the first one that actually might make me want to play like a Hero deck. I really liked him in Rebels. One of my favorite characters from Rebels. So
from what?
wasn't he in Rebels? Not Rebels.
Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yes,
Yeah,
Rogue One.
yeah.
One of my favorite characters from Rogue One.
Everybody loves I'm Wee from Rebels.
Imwe is the best from
Chirrut
Rebels.
Imwe from Star Wars Rebels season 2.5.
Dude, I'm one of the Force.
What's this like Lion
Force
King
is
1.5?
with me.
Lion King 2.5. Rebels 2.5.
Oh my
In between
goodness.
seasons where Chirrut Imwe came out.
Oh my goodness.
How do you say his name then?
I am we with the Force. The Force is with we.
The Force. The Force is with we. Oh.
How do you say his name then?
Oh my goodness.
Chirrut Imwe.
Imwe. It has the IMWE. I'm we.
I'm we.
Oh my
Imwe?
goodness.
I'm gonna
There's no
wee myself
AY.
right now.
Holy.
This was a great experiment.
So,
I really did not want the leader.
so going off Flock, I think he's a lot better than people realize. I think him coming out at 5 resources is very relevant, right? I think in a vacuum, if you take out the cost of that and compare him to Luke, Luke is definitely better in that sense. But him coming out at 5, having the Force trait, having the Rebel trait, he's insane. And in my limited games with him, I was, oh my gosh, where did I put the deck? I was very impatient, so I literally printed him out already and was playing games against my wife. He's a lot of fun. It's actually deceiving how tricky it is to defeat him. Because there'd be times like Carrie played Zeb, at 5 resources, and I would deploy him attacking a Zeb. I wouldn't die, and then I would it binds all things to send that 3 damage back and then kill Zeb. So it's there's little things like that. He's kind of hard to kill. He's got the Force trait. It binds all things and Force throw coming. I like him in red a lot. Is where I've been playing him. I don't know. I think he's a lot better. I think he's a low A, maybe high B type thing. I wouldn't argue he's as good as Boba Green or Sabine or Leia or all the other decks you've kind of seen running rampant right now. But I definitely think he could hang because a huge turn 4 with him can be game defining. And so that's my take on him. I think he can hang there a little bit. Probably needs to feel it out. But like I said, him with the Jedi lightsaber and a resilient into Karabast and Force throw and it binds all things, dude. I'm we with the Force and the Force is with we, dude.
I'm we with the Force is with we.
Oh my goodness.
That is so good. You are just making history. Oh God, I don't even have any. I lost all my train of thought the second you said I'm we. I don't know what. I like the card. It's cool. Anyway.
You guys were laughing so hard, it looked like you guys both muted your mics and just were
I took my
dying.
headset off. I had to.
I was about to Chirrut Imwe myself.
I kept looking over you guys, and I heard silence but laughter. I'm
Well,
they muted their mics.
It's so funny. It's the silent laugh where your lungs are constricting as you're
yeah, nothing can come out.
Holy crap,
Yeah.
man.
I power through it and finish reading the card.
The leader side is a little tricky. I think it is obviously a lot of people pointed out Sentinels are really good, but I've had situations where I'm first action and I see you have lethal on my unit, I guess you could say, right? There's a few times where Carrie had the Echo Base out and I had Yoda out. And so my first action would be to buff Yoda for 2. So if she attacks the base, I can still restore 2 and do 2 to her and it evens out. Or if she does attack into Yoda, yes, he dies the next, at the end of the round, I can still do 2 in the base and stuff like that. So there are some interesting situations where your unit should be dying right now, but it actually still gets to attack or still gets to do its thing because you gave it a +2. I don't think it's the best in the game, but I think there's definitely more relevant situations than people give it credit for right now, at least.
You got to start being nicer to her. She's not going to play this game with you again.
Yeah.
You should ever play Brian. Maybe she'll actually like the game.
That is ironic.
I mean, one of you guys.
If you look up the definition of irony in the dictionary, that sentence is right there as an example. Chirrut Imwe?
Hey, 2 more weeks, we get our last leader, though.
Who could it be?
Yeah, who could... What emperor could it be? Who
I
knows?
have no clue.
Who could the Royal Guards pair with?
Kylo Ren.
True.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been great.
All right, I mean, any other thoughts on Chirrut? We're at about 50 minutes, which we were aiming for 45, so...
No?
Cool.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm
No.
we.
I'm we.
I'm we. Cool. Why can't I transition back to the other screen? That's weird. Do I have to go back to that one? That's weird. OBS is being weird. I was going to go back to the home screen we had, but it's not working. But cool. All right. I mean, I enjoyed doing spoilers this way. We'll see what your feedback is, but yeah. Any closing thoughts from you, gentlemen?
I'm we.
I like this new setup because totally at the end of the podcast, I am dead for spoilers, so this makes it a little bit easier that we didn't do it
Were you not dead for this?
after an hour and a half. Okay, we gotta go through 30 spoiler cards, and I'm dead. I'm okay, let's get to the next one. Let's go to the next one. So I like this a lot better. I was a little bit more awake and ready
I don't
to
care
go.
about your feedback. I want the listener's feedback.
Oh, yeah, they're more important.
True.
If I have to suffer through a 2.5 hour podcast, I will do it for everyone else.
So,
Who's the one suffering?
who's
I'm
suffering?
we?
Yeah,
Or are you we?
I'm we.
No, everyone else is
we?
suffering from me.
All right, everybody.
We are suffering.
I appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and we will catch y'all next time. Thanks, y'all.
We will catch you next time.
I'm we. We'll see you. I'm we with the Force, and the Force is with we.